Hello YouTube, NinjaNick333 back here yet again. Looks like we might have a Mew mirror match going on here in round 8 of the Florida Orlando Pokemon trading card game regional championship arena. Got a couple Genesects prized here on this side with a cross switcher, and on this side we get a Cram and a double turbo. So yeah, most likely Mew mirror. I wouldn't know what else it would be. So both 5-1-1. This is the winning into day 2. Whoever walks away with the win here will make it in. A lose or a loss means that they have to win the next round and can't tie. Mew mirrors are weird. It's generally whoever goes first wins most of the time. Or at least whoever attacks first wins. Which is generally whoever goes first attacks first. Looks like he's counting power tablets and Pokemon. Leafy Camo Poncho. I don't even know what that card does. I have a gold one of it, that's all I know. Yeah, actually, was it round 8? I think it was round 6? I think it was round 6. I played a Mew mirror. I knocked out their Genesect. They went triple power tablet choice belt, one-shot my Mew VMAX. And then I went boss Genesect knockout. And then they scooped up their cards and left. And then my next round opponent was a no-show. And then I lost again and went 4-4. One of my worst tournaments so far of the season. But yeah, that's kind of how Mew mirrors go sometimes. You have to put a lot of investment into a one-shot of a VMAX, but then it can just like not matter because you got the second knockout. Lost City, draw 1, draw 2. Battle VIP pass. So we got the full setup here on Grant's side. We'll see if Xander will be just as lucky on the other. Hopefully neither of these players are playing Meloetta, Fusion Strike Energy, or Elisa Sparkle, because those are all bad cards in the Mew deck. It makes your turn 1 better, and it makes every other turn after that infinitely worse. Like, you can attack turn 1, and it only happens, like, 50% of the time. You have to draw into a Fusion Strike Energy, attach it to the Meloetta, and then find an Elisa Sparkle after that. And then not prize more than 1 Fusion Strike Energy. And then because you have all of this clunk that's only good for turn 1 in your deck, it just makes every other turn worse. You can't fit in such necessities such as Echoing Horn or Cross Switcher. I also like the Forest Seal Stone. It looked like Grant didn't have to use the ability of that tool yet. But it's very weird that when attached to a Pokemon, that tool card has an ability. Normally only Pokemon have abilities. So, it's very odd. Path to the Peak only shuts down Pokemon's abilities. It does not shut off tool cards' abilities. Oh, it looks like we're getting a double Battle VIP pass turn from Xander. So that is pretty good. I'd say generally you want 2 Mews, 3 Genesect, or 2 Mews, 2 Genesect, or a Choreo in the Mew mirror. Sometimes 3 Mews is good because then you can get a cool Psychic Leap turn if you have to. But I would definitely get down Oricorio. So yeah, it looks like we're going for the 3 Mew, 2 Genesect, 1 Oricorio board build here. And I think that's definitely fine. I prefer the 3rd Genesect myself just because I'm more likely to draw outs. But even without it, then it opens up that Psychic Leap potential. So you can Psychic Leap and damage their Mew VMAX while removing yours from play. But it just always feels bad doing that, so I don't know. Although Grant is probably going to get the first knockout. If Xander just leaves this Mew up, then he'll still have 2 Mew in play anyway. So I guess that's, you know, same diff. Ultra Ball's away 2 stadiums that are not named Path to the Peak. Okay. Very interesting. Gonna draw some more cards. I would probably retreat into Oricorio. Let the 1 prizer get knocked out. Lost a Vacuum. Getting rid of, looks like... yeah, looks like the Cram. Gonna get rid of the 4 Seal Stone and put Path into play. So that's actually pretty good from Xander there. That's the ideal setup that you want to shut down your opponent's Mew deck. Just hopefully Xander has the pieces left in hand to be able to do what he wants to do. Looks like he has a Mew VMAX, and he has the 4 Seal Stone to get a double turbo. But yeah, looks like just another Lost Vacuum. Getting rid of Xander's own 4 Seal Stone and the Path to the Peak. Funnily enough, both players have 3 cards in the Lost Zone, and neither of these players are playing anything that Lost Zone's cards except Lost Vacuum. It's pretty funny. We do have Big Charm on the Mew here. That could be relevant. I don't think it really will be. You usually just want to chase Genesects in the mirror. It's highly unlikely you can get 2 one-shots on Mew VMAX. You can, though. If you get a double Silene Heads, you can certainly do it. Then you can put 2 Power Tablets back and play 6 in a game. Just highly unlikely, though. Yeah, it looks like Xander's hand was sacked because he has a Lost City that he could have replaced the stadium with as well. So yeah, he was hoping that he could make Grant whiff the attack this turn, and then he would be able to take the first knockout instead. You have 1 Power Tablet, and then a Judge. Again, Heart Gold Soul Silver is the best art. Gen 4 in general is just the best art for cards. I do like the Diamond and Pearl era art, but I think the Heart Gold Soul Silver art is truly the best. I just like the card borders. They look a little rustic. It's the best way I can describe it. Use 2 Genesects, so tapping them now. Leafy Camo Poncho, whatever that does, just to draw more cards. Gets another Mew VMAX out. So we got 2 Mew VMAX and a Mew. That's pretty much the ideal setup you want. Not ideal to knock out a Mew instead of a Genesect, but you gotta do what you gotta do. It was already active. Don't have to utilize any resources, such as a boss's orders, to move up a Genesect, especially after you already judged, trying to make Xander's hand a little worse. You figure if you're gonna put Grant probably figures if Xander put Path down, he probably had a pretty good 2 cards in his hand anyway. So might as well just judge. Xander's going to draw a whole bunch of cards here. Looks like he does play the 2 Forest Seal Stone, so he will still have access to a V-Star power in this game. Got to bring up the Mew. I guess that's fine there, because now that removes Psychic Leap from being an option. I would normally prefer to knock out Genesect, but that would remove Psychic Leap from being an option. Whereas for Xander, he still has 2 basic Mews, so doesn't matter so much getting rid of the Mew V in that situation. And draw even more with Genesect. Already bossed this turn. Just going to take the knockout on that Mew, take 2 prize cards. Again, Grant is ahead. If Grant can do a 4 power tablet turn, he can one-shot Xander's Mew VMAX. But most likely we're just going to dig for a boss. I would highly recommend, if he can dig for a boss, to take out the Genesect that has the Forest Seal Stone on it. That'll remove Xander from being able to use a supporter. Also, if you can get another path into play as well while bossing and knocking out the Forest Seal Stone, that, again, completely ideal. He's got 3 power tablets in hand, man. If he can Silene, he can go for the quad power tablet turn, which is disgusting. Yeah, I don't think Grant could possibly be playing Choice Belts if he's got Big Charm, Leafy Camel, Poncho. Also, he's playing the Aerodactyl. I do not like the Aerodactyl in the Mew deck. Xander has to read it. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Aerodactyl V-Star in the Mew deck. It just clunks up the deck. Yeah, you can sometimes auto-win a Lugia because of it, but you should be auto-winning Lugia just off of Judge Path. One, 2 power tablets. Ha ha ha. Draws 3. They're all battle VIP passes. Or at least 2 of them. Rotom Bone. I didn't even know people still played that card. I guess that ups the consistency of getting into the Aerodactyl. Get another double turbo down. Path and Judge. So yeah, that's what you want to see. Path, Judge. Hopefully Xander won't have another double turbo is what Grant's looking for, at least. He has everything he needs this turn. We do have a boss on Xander's side. Looks like maybe a Judge of his own. I think that's New Art Judge. So yeah, so what? Technoblast? Either that or Glistening Droplets. Or Max Miracle. to... Yeah, Technoblast. Yeah, that's fine. With the leafy camo poncho Mew. And we just see the judge from Xander as well. So Xander hoping to draw into maybe double turbo to just return hit the Mew VMAX. Neither of these players should be playing anything along the lines of Pokemon Catcher. So since the judge was played, there's going to be no boss's orders this turn. And just right into another judge. No double turbo. I think Xander... Oh, he does have the Forest Seal Stone, though. So he is able to use the ability from that to get what he needs. Looks like he's going to go for the replacement stadium to try to dig. I'm not sure how I feel about that. I mean, I guess Grant already has everything he wants, right? So either way, it doesn't really matter. But in that case, if you're going to do that, I think I would have Forest Seal Stoned first to get the replacement stadium and then tried to draw into a boss. And a double turbo. Yeah, I think I would have rather have done it that way. We do get the double turbo now. But yeah, even if he draws into a boss off the second Genesect, we can't play it. Because we already wasted our time doing the judge. I think there was at least one power tablet before. It looks like there is one power tablet now as well. Oh, he is going to go for the Psychic Leap. Oh, he just declared... I think he just declared an attack with a Pokemon that can't attack. Did he actually declare it? Yeah, he would have to retreat and switch. I don't think there's a way for him to do it. Okay, looks like Grant's letting him go back, though. I wouldn't. I wouldn't let my opponent go back. Especially not when I'm in such a commanding position such as Grant there. Yeah, I definitely would not have. Judging by the motions on the board that Xander was doing, I really think that he declared Psychic Leap. But he couldn't have. He couldn't have declared Psychic Leap because he's still playing his turn. There's no way that anybody would ever let you go back on your attack declaration. So he's gonna retreat. Unless he asks the judge if he can Psychic Leap. And if it just allows him, or disallows him from using Technoblast in subsequent turns. But at this point in the game, you should know how Mew VMAX decks work. They've been out for what feels like forever now. At least a year. So 20 minutes pretty much have already gone by. Looks like we did see the Techno Blast from that other Mew. So Grant's not going to be able to Psychic Leap here because he has the Oricorio in play. But if he can just, like, boss up the other Mew and then bring up his by retreating, he'll still be ahead. And then he can just knock out Oricorio for game even. There's 230 on that Mew on Xander's side. So that leaves it with like 80? Yeah, we're gonna boss up. There it is. Boss up that Mew. Knock it out. It's too far to be able to be glistening droplets at this point, but I did do that. I did use glistening droplets during Orlando. My opponent whiffed a energy. No, my opponent whiffed the 10th Lost Zone card, so they couldn't attack with Sableye, so they benched a second one, retreated their Comfey into the Sableye and passed, and then I used glistening droplets on their bench to Comfey for a knockout because it already had some damage counters on it from a Drapion. Like he self-inflicted damage. And then he proceeded to scoop that game. Felt a little bad, but you gotta do it that way sometimes. Because then the Sableye with no energy is active and is still one Lost Zone card away from taking the knockout on anything, from even being able to attack at all. At this point in this match, there isn't really much to talk about. Mew is just doing Mew things. They're just thinning and hoping that one person whiffs an attack, which they're really not at this point. Gonna play Path on Xander to hope that Xander can't attack next turn. Well, he'll be able to attack, but hope that Xander can't draw into another boss. And then Grant can stay ahead. Ooh, League promo Big Parasol. I miss the days when League promos had alt arts. Like, instead of printing a bunch of alt arts in Crown Zenith for random trainers, they could have just made those League promos and called it a day. But now we have these stupid League promo packs they only printed like 5 of for every store to share. Especially since they decided to do sweet non-holo promos for once. Ooh, we do see the Roxanne from Xander as well. So now Grant's own path is essentially locking him out of the game. But he did put double boss back into deck with the PAL pad. So Grant's just going to be hoping that he can redraw into a boss. Then he can bring up anything and just win the game. Well, the Oricorio. He can bring up the Oricorio and win the game. Looks like his own Roxanne he just drew into. So that's something at least. Gonna cross switcher? Bring up this other Mew VMAX. Okay. Yeah, so now Xander's gonna go down to 1 prize. Yeah, so this is really just the game of does Grant whiff or does Xander whiff? There is no more path in play, so Grant can just draw into what he needs, though. We know he has double boss in that deck. It is kind of large, but he does have 3 Genesects to try to draw into it with. Looks like there's some sort of conversation between Xander and the judge. The judge did interrupt them for some reason. Just a lot of head nodding. Yeah, I'm not sure what they're discussing, because it looks like it didn't affect the match in any way, shape, or form. Puts the path in play, retreats into the Mew, takes the knockout. So yeah, we're just hoping that Grant doesn't have a boss off of this, and then Xander wins, and if not, Grant wins. And top deck's boss for game. Alright, yep, so again, Grant took the first prizes, so therefore Grant won the match, and that's generally how Mew Mirror goes. As long as you don't screw up. We see double Genesect on Xander's side, except this time they're both on the bottom. Oh, that's also why in the previous game he didn't go for triple Genesect, he went for the triple Mew. That makes more sense now. But yeah, otherwise nothing too important from Grant's side. Also, why is my quality crap again? It just does that sometimes, I don't quite understand it. Yeah, so since Xander lost the first game, he's going to go first in the second game, so he's more likely to win this game because he'll be more likely to take the first prizes this game, the first attack this game. Again, Mew Mirror, man. Mew Mirror is Mew Mirror. He's already got the choice belt on that Mew. That could matter. He could get that cheeky one-shot on the Mew VMAX. Also, they keep putting up the new art for the Mew V from Crown Zenith that I didn't know existed until this match. I don't like that art. I don't like it as much. It's new. It's different. I don't like it. Crams for a Forest Sealstone? Oh, okay. Gonna put the Forest Sealstone down. I'm not sure why you would cram for a Forest Sealstone. That's like cramming for a cram. I would play the Power Tablet and then draw one more card, but okay. Oh, and put down the Lost City. You could draw 2 more cards. You need to get set up if it's turn 1. If you have to burn cards to do it, you gotta burn cards to do it. So we see the Quick Ball from Grant. Probably gonna get another Genesect, most likely. Mew would be fine, but I think Genesect. You want to be able to draw more cards. You do have another Ultra Ball in your hand as well. You could put down the double Turbo. Get Mew and Genesect off the 2-ball cards. Attach the energy and just draw. Forest Sealstone. Oh, and Judge. I didn't see the Judge. I didn't see the Forest Sealstone either. So that's pretty good. That does make Xander's hand more alive, potentially. Because we do know that that was a pretty dead 4 cards. I think if I was Xander in that situation on the next turn, I probably would have just double cross-switchered to put one of the Genesects active and just stick it there, potentially. To try to get out of that. Do see Battle VIP pass from Grant. He is going to be able to set up pretty easily. Probably double Mew. Could be Mew, Genesect. Could be Genesect, Mellow, or Choreo. Yeah, Mew or Choreo. That's the best decision there. He hasn't used any of his Genesects yet, I don't believe. Rotom Bone for a card. Hand shuffling really fast. Can't really tell what's in there. I think a boss's orders, Lost City, Aerodactyl. Yeah, I guess if you use the Aerodactyl V-Star attack power, you would shut Xander off from having Genesect abilities, right? For the rest of the game? That could be good. I'm not sure that's worth it, but, you know. I mean, yeah, it's probably worth it, right? That's Mew's whole draw engine. It would be as if that they're under path the whole game while you're not. Your judges would stick a lot harder. Yeah, no, that could be good. Would have been better if he... Well, this was his first turn, right? Yeah, I don't know. There is a Collapse Stadium. Although if he plays that, I think Grant just discards that Aerodactyl. Big Parasol onto a Genesect. That's super relevant. I say sarcastically. Yeah, this is a decision now. He has to go for the Aerodactyl. Because he can't get rid of a Genesect and he can't get rid of a Mew. He has to have two Mew in play. And then getting rid of a Genesect could potentially brick him on the next turn. You'd have to be really convinced that the Aerodactyl can just win you the game in order for you to keep it. See an escape rope. Brings up the Genesect. Xander's going to be able to take the first knockout of the game now. Yeah, he has a choice belt, so he'll be able to get through the damage reduction of the Oricorio. We also see the Judge as well. That's after both Genesect abilities. So Xander's definitely looking for something else. Unless he really just wants to disrupt Grant's hand, but... I don't know. Without the path in play, I don't think the Judge will do enough in the mirror to disrupt a hand. Yep. And Technoblast. Yeah, so Xander goes up the first two prize cards. We're going to see an Ultra Ball from Grant. Probably going to get a Mew VMAX, maybe another Genesect. Probably another Genesect. He already pulled it up front. Get as much draw power into play as possible to draw into the Mew VMAX. Is likely better. He's considering it. He could always force Seal Stone for the Mew VMAX if he misses it too. But no, it looks like he's just going to go for the Mew VMAX. Draw less cards. Big Charm on the Mew. I think that saves it from being able to be knocked out, too. I think you can only do 170 now. Xander needs a power tablet if he wants to knock out this other Mew V. Xander's just going to throw his deck everywhere. Deck and discard pile, I guess. Also, it's interesting to see both of these players have their deck and discard in the left-handed position. Normally, you put it on the right side because you're right-handed. I don't think I've ever once in my life seen two left-handed people play against each other in Pokemon. Just did not think about that fact until right now. But yeah, anyways, Grant is able to get a hit on this Mew VMAX. But Xander could always just do the Psychic Leap. You could always bring up the Oricorio in Psychic Leap too, but nah, Xander's just gonna go for the Judge. Path to the Peak is in play, so the Judge is definitely correct. I don't even know if he had the... Ooh, draws double Path to the Peak. That is not good. He doesn't even have the Mew VMAX. That's a regular Mew V in his hand. So yeah, Xander can't attack this turn, and now all of a sudden Grant is... It's as if Grant went first. He has to retreat into the Mew and pass just to protect the Mew VMAX that's already damaged. This is an absolutely awful situation for Xander to be in right now. And all that Grant needs is another Mew VMAX, and he can just retreat. Xander doesn't have the Oricorio in play, so you can just straight up one-shot the Mew V. You do 190 with Technoblast after the double turbo. That's 10 more than you need. Whereas because of Grant's Oricorio, Xander's Mew VMAX can only do 170 without any power tablets and stuff. So we are going to Ultra Ball for the Mew VMAX. Again, Grant's in the perfect position. Yeah, he has a one-shot on the Mew V, and on the next turn he can finish off the Mew VMAX. He might even be able to Psychic Leap the Mew VMAX if he plays it correctly. He would likely need Path to the Peak out of play in order to do that, though, because he would need multiple cards. Do see Lost Vacuum gets rid of his own Path to the Peak so he can start drawing cards. Leafy Camo Poncho. Yeah, I still think Grant's in the best position right now. I'm not sure why he's thinking so hard. All he needs to do is knock out this Mew V and just pass turn. And then Xander comes up, and what's he gonna do? Not much of anything. Considering the cram, I think you just save it, bud. What do you need to cram for right now? Another path? Yeah, Palpad's double judge back in. That's cool. He might also be slow playing to try to drain the clock, knowing that he's going to win this 2-0. In case this second game, he can make it so it doesn't finish. In case Xander does just like draw a god hand. But at that point, you just play the cram and hope to get the heads for the path. Because that'll slow down the game more than just sitting there and twiddling your thumbs. Oh, here comes the Oricorio finally. Or not. He already took his hand off of it, not once but twice, so that's already in play. If you were to lift your hand and the card doesn't come with it, it's in play. That's the ruling. So when he puts it down like that and then picks his hand up and then scoops it back up, like it's already played. Ultra Ball getting rid of Battle VIP Pass Path to the Peak. Probably getting another Mew VMAX so that he doesn't have to attack with this damaged one right now, but again, Xander's just too much on a back foot right now. He's already down one game, so he could just hope his opponent makes a mistake or he gets real lucky and manages to cheese this game out and turn it into a tie. Because a tie is better than a loss. Not by much, but it is. So that's heads with the Cram-O-Matic. He's gonna get boss's orders. Bring up the Mew, knock that out so he can stay up on prize cards. And gets the path. Okay. Okay, so that was a real good turn from Xander. That's everything he needed, basically. His Mew VMAX is going to go down, though, is the only problem. And he's going to need another boss on the next turn in order to win the game. He has the other Mew VMAX on the bench with the double turbo. He's also going to need a damage modifier. He's going to need a choice belt or a power tablet, along with a boss, in order to win. Looks like Grant has the power tablet. Gonna put a double turbo on the Genesect as a free retreater and Roxanne. Yeah, so now Xander's gonna have 3 cards to work with on his next turn in total. So, if he can get out of his own path lock. Yeah, that's a really good Roxanne. Yeah, because now Grant is going to go down to 1 prize, have a hand of 9 cards, 10 cards on his next turn. So hopefully there's a boss in there out of that. He did Palpad in double judge, so it depends on how many bosses he's already used. He also might have been able to attack with Max Miracle too. He may have used enough power tablets for that to work. We do see the Lost City, and it is Xander's path to the peak, so he has to make sure that goes to the right discard pile, which is kind of funny. We do see a cross switcher. We fail the cram. Second one for 2. Not very good. Ultra Ball, discard 2 cards. Get another Genesect. You've got 2 more attempts to draw into what you need. He could do it. He has 1 Cross Switcher in hand already. He just needs 1 more. He already... Oh, and off the last card, he gets the Cross Switcher. See, this is the thing, though. He played the double Cross Switcher before retreating, so technically he needed to retreat a Genesect or an Oricorio in order to have the game. You have to retreat first, and then, because you have the free retreater active, then you play the double Cross Switcher. But he just showed the double Cross Switcher, put it on the board. So Xander could have just screwed him out of that. If Grant wanted to be like, oh, okay, you're using double Cross Switcher, who are you bringing up? Who are you putting active? So you gotta be careful. Sometimes your opponent will just slap a bunch of cards on the table and say game. But you'll be like, you have to be like, no, play it out. Yeah, I don't like it when people do that. When they just say game. Sometimes I don't even notice it. Like when they just show me the cards. Like I think one of my opponents in Orlando, I just like missed the fact that he had like Charizard or something. He showed me like 3 cards. And I missed the Radiant. I think I missed the Radiant Charizard. I'm like, oh, you have the Radiant Charizard. And I just scoop. I mean, I'll always do it. If I know they have the game, I'll scoop it. But still. Nothing super relevant for me, though, those players in the prize cards. Battle VIP Pass, getting double Genesect, starting with the Aerodactyl. The Aerodactyl could be really good in this matchup, as I've said. You can shut down all of those abilities of the Genesects for your opponent. It would be like a one-sided path all game. Remember those stadiums that had a different effect depending on which way you played it? That's why I hate when my opponent plays their stadium like sideways, like lengthwise, instead of up and down. Because that's not the orientation that you have to play a stadium card. Because what if you played your parallel city that way? Who is it pointing to? Nobody. So do you see Ultra Ball getting rid of Lost City, Escape Rope? That was not a very strong turn 1 for Grant. Although Xander didn't have a really great start, so... Also, very important to note, there is 1 minute left on the clock. Exactly 1 minute. Do you think that somebody's going to be able to take 6 prizes in 1 minute plus 3 turns? I don't think so. So, Ultra Ball for Mew, Quick Ball for Genesect. Attach for turn, draw 2? Yeah, draw 2. Battle VIP Pass, and Genesect. Let's go. That's the perfect 2 cards. Gonna get, what, double Mew or Mew Genesect? Yeah, Mew Genesect. Keep those draws a-coming. But again, 24 seconds left on the clock. Grant could always just go into Aerodactyl V-Star, use the V-Star attack, and lock Xander out of winning the game. 2 seconds. Judge. Hopefully they're calling time now. Yeah, nobody should be able to win this game, so it should be a tie. Well, I do suppose that somebody could one-shot 2 Mew VMAXs. Silene is an option. Actually, no. They're 1 turn short of a of Xylene being able to play 6 power tablets over 2 turns. I think they're aware that this is turn 0. Is it a tie? I can't tell. They're gonna play it out. Yeah, don't play your stadium like that. That's not how it goes on the board. It's the wrong orientation. If it was a parallel stadium, who would it be pointing towards? So Cram Fail, Ultra Ball discarding a double turbo, and a big Parasol, maybe? Big Charm? Big Charm. I see the word big. We get the Aerodactyl V-Star. We're going to use the Ancient Star attack to give Aerodactyl a V-Star power, or no, just an ability. We'll use the V-Star power attack Ancient Star to put an ability on the Pokemon that locks Xander out of the game. So this could have been Xander's game to win. Or no, it could have been Grant's game to win. Had they had like 20 more minutes. At least 15. I don't even think Xander can just one-shot the Aerodactyl V-Star either. But yeah, they're just trying. What did you do? Glistening droplets? Yeah, they're just like, yeah, that's it. Yeah, shaking hands. Yeah, so don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe and all of that good stuff. We will be back with round 9 probably shortly. Yeah, that was a match. That's all I gotta say. Very sarcastically, that was a match. I mean, very standard Mew mirror. Whoever attacks first generally wins. And game 3 did not have enough time to finish because Mew draws a lot of cards and that takes a lot of time. Especially with Judge, now you have to shuffle all the time. That's just how it works. So I'll see you guys next time.